is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Edinburgh, the morning of Fight Night Capital Collision from the Meadowbank Arena. I'm joined by Gary Cornish this morning. How are
you? Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Did try and get you yesterday. He was engrossed in the Scotland game.
Yeah, and you were on your phone most of the time, so...
I was on my phone, yeah. Had to make those late night calls.
Yeah.
That sounded wrong, but yeah. Whoever's watching this will know what I mean. As I said to you earlier, I knew you would be the first Scotsman to win a British heavyweight title, but I didn't know you were the first one to be actually fighting for one. So a lot of history to be made here in Edinburgh tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, first one to fight for it, but I don't want to just fight for it, I want to win it, so that's my main objective.
Sam Sexton seems to have been around for a long time, and he said yesterday, you know, he's been in with better calibre opponents than you have. Do you agree with that?
Well, the better opponents he's been in with, he's been beat. So I've been in with Joshua. I got beat as well. So we've both been in with good calibre, but we've both been beat. So it's good that we're meeting.
How do you rate Sam Sexton as a fighter?
I rate him as a fighter. Yeah, he's a good fighter. You know, I've seen him up close. He's a good fighter, and that's why I've trained hard at this camp, and I'm ready.
Obviously, this fight was originally meant to take place in May, I believe. It didn't happen then, so it's been a bit of a wait until now. But finally, you guys are getting it on tonight.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight him as well. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe, or maybe 3 years ago. Whenever it was, I was supposed to fight him then as well, but that one got called off, and then the May one got called off. So third time lucky, we're here.
How would you assess how your career's gone to date before today?
Yeah, it's gone good. I'm enjoying it, you know, so that's the reason I box, is because I enjoy it, not to be famous, to get loads of money, and I just enjoy doing it. That's why I do it. Maybe
not the being famous bit, but a bit of money wouldn't go amiss, surely.
Yeah, well, I still had a job, you know, so that was it didn't really bother me. I did it because I enjoy doing it.
Does it annoy you that people still kind of refer to the Anthony Joshua fight still, or is that something that you want people to sort of move? It was about how long ago? 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago now. But does that not annoy you? But is that something you just want people to sort of, that was the past and now this is you moving forward now?
Nah, that's the way people are. You know, it doesn't matter how many good things you do. Once you do one bad thing, that's the stuff they pick up on. So that's going to happen. It doesn't bother me at all. It was a brilliant learning curve for me, that fight. So it is what it is.
Do you look at that as a fight that you wasn't ready for at the time? No.
Yeah, when you look back on it, yeah, definitely. Obviously at the time, I thought I was ready for it, but I wasn't. But that's how you learn. So.
But when you see what Joshua's obviously gone on since that night at the O2 to this point now, that, you know, obviously the Klitschko fight and winning the world title,
yeah,
you look back at that and think, well, this guy is the real deal.
Yeah, he's everyone that's been put in front of him, he's beat, you know. So he's proving it to the people out there. But like I said at the start, it was a brilliant learning night for me.
How do you kind of assess the domestic scene for the heavyweights? Because obviously we've got two fronts. We've got the domestic scene going on, and then we've got the world level with guys like Anthony Joshua. But how do you assess the domestic scene at the moment? Guys like you know Dave Allen and these guys, yourself, Sam Sexton. You know, how do you assess all these?
Yeah, it's exciting just now. You know, there's a lot of young boys coming up and making statements out there, and obviously win this title tonight, they'll be wanting to win it. So it'll be exciting few years.
I said the British title at whatever weight is something that most fighters want to accomplish. Yeah. And you know, if they given the opportunity, they're going to take it. So it's always been a prestigious title and something that's very difficult to win a British title as well. A lot of fighters don't actually get to win a British title, so there is a lot of prestige in that.
Yeah, definitely, you know. And when I first started off, that was a dream of mine to win the British title, even to get to that level, you know. So I've got a chance tonight to do it.
So at the weigh-in yesterday, obviously there was no what we call IFL beef at the weigh-in, you know. Quite respectful between you and Sam, but it was always going to be kind of like that, wasn't it, between you and Sam? There wasn't needed to be any sort of bad or heated words between you two.
No, we're both here to win the fight, you know. We're both concentrating on the job. No point in bad mouthing each other. Both of us do the talking in the ring and see who comes out the better man.
Have you ever lost your rag in a build-up? I haven't seen it. Have you ever?
Nah, Nah.
Not your style.
Nah. Like I said, I do talking in the ring. You know, I've had a couple of people headbutting me, like head on head stuff and all that, but it's just still part of their game to try to get inside your head. You know, it doesn't bother me at all.
But also, obviously, some fighters, a lot of fighters, they thrive off that kind of confrontation. It gets them into kind of a mindset before the fight to, you know, I want to, you know, hurt this person bad, blah blah. But it doesn't have to work for everyone. I mean, like Joshua's a typical example. We haven't really seen Joshua kind of lose it yet in any sort of build up, and he's been in high profile fights, so it's what works for what fighter.
Yeah, definitely, you know, and I want to stay calm, and that's what I want to do tonight. Calm and cool in the ring, and take that title home.
How old are you, Gary?
30.
30. Still got time on your side then. You've had quite a few fights as well. I mean, when did you turn pro?
8 years ago, I think it was.
8 years ago.
How old are you?
Older than you. 36 I am. But my career stalled.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in Sri Lanka, you know.
I was thinking you could have made a comeback and we could have got sitting done.
What's that?
I was thinking you could have made a comeback and we could have got sitting done.
Could have done, but to be honest with you,
You look like you lost too much weight for.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably closer to cruiserweight than I am heavyweight. No, I'm not. I'm not at all. But yeah, no, those days are behind me. So I'm standing on this side of the camera interviewing real fighters like yourself. But yeah, I had a good career back in Sri Lanka. I was undefeated, and no one really wanted to know back then, Gary. So
yeah.
You never know. You never know. Could do. But I'm available for sparring if.
Sounds good.
You know, I'm very cheap as well, Gary. So what do you usually do the day of a fight? Obviously, just literally nothing.
No, I'm a bit different. You know, I like to keep active. If I don't do something today, I've done it before, and I've going to the ring. You know, and I've been yawning and tired. So I like to keep active. Even like yesterday, I was in the gym. You know, ticking over. I just always like to tick over, because that's what you do in camp. You know, you're training every single day. Why change it? If it's working for you in camp, why change it?
Who was you sparring with in this camp?
There's a few different boys. I was Barry Martin Bacall.
Yeah. Who's just signed with Barry McGuigan?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's an amateur boy, Mitchell. He was good. Jay from MTK. He came along and done a few. There's a couple of boys down in Preston. Two brothers, Sam and Joe. They were more like cruiserweights, but it was good for speed, you know. And just them, just ticking along with them. That's all we really needed.
Have you been watching much of, obviously since you knew the fight was confirmed for tonight, have you been watching, I know you're saying you know about Sam Sexton anyway, but have you been kind of watching back on some of his fights?
Nah, not really. He's been out for a couple of years, you know, so you don't know what he's changed. His style could be totally different coming into tonight. So we'll just deal with it on the night, whatever. I don't really care what he brings, it's more what I bring, you know. That's the way I always look at fights. I don't look too much into what they're going to do, just what I'm going to do. I'm focused 100% on this fight and I'm going to win it.
Okay, well listen Gary, obviously like I said, a lot of history to be made for Scotland. They're all relying on you tonight. So
don't put any pressure on me, KUGAN.
Oh, big pressure on now. Listen, go there and do your thing, and like I said, may you both come out safe tonight, and that's what's really important, and may the best man win.
That's the main thing, both of us go home tonight.
Definitely.
Yep.
Gary Cornish, I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you very much for talking to IFL TV.
Perfect, thank you.